Hello dear students, welcome to my online class. Today we will read our third lesson, Deep Water, written by William Douglas. Actually, this lesson itself is a part of his book entitled Of Man and Mountain. It is an autobiographical account in which the author talks about his fear of water and the attempts he made to overcome it. So let's begin the summary of the lesson. The author was very much fond of swimming, but one day when he was surfing along with his father, a violent wave struck him down and passed over him. This incident created a great terror in his heart, because of which he failed to enjoy the pleasure of water games for many years. When he attained the age of 10 or 11, then he decided to learn swimming. Whenever he asked his mother about swimming, then she always warned him not to go near the Yakima River, as it was very dangerous. So the author decided to join YMCA, Young Men's Christian Association pool, to learn swimming. So he took his wings and went to the pool and started swimming at the shallow end of the pool. For the author, this pool was the safest place to learn swimming because one of its end was only 2 feet deep and the other was 9 feet deep. So, as the beginner, the author was simply looking at other children, watching them swimming and try to copy them. So, within 3 or 4 days, he was just trying to remove his fear of water. But one day, he reached early at the pool and there was no one. So he waited for someone to come. And unfortunately, a strong boy came and he started making fun of the skinny appearances of the author. And then he picked him up in his arms and threw him to the deepest point of the pool. The author started sinking to the bottom and all his body seems to be shivering with terror. But mentally he was strong. So while moving downward, he was making strategy and utilizing his mechanics and third law of motion. He thought that as soon as he will touch the bottom of the pool, he will utilize his whole energy and leap out easily to the surface like a human. But unfortunately, when the author reached to the bottom, he gathered all his strength but failed to leap out of the water. And again, he started sinking. And now, as the author was again going down under effect of gravity, he started suffocating and soon he realized that his death was near. There was no movement. His whole body was paralyzed with fear. And he finally admitted that now his death is near. But when he regained his consciousness, then he found himself vomiting at the surface of the pool. So someone might have saved him from drowning. This misadventure had a very bad impact throughout his life. But as he was eager to learn swimming, so this dream always troubled him. So whenever he saw his friends talking of waterfall, fishing, canoeing, boating, then he was always tempted to learn swimming. And finally, he decided to learn swimming under the guidance of an instructor. So he hired an instructor who taught him different aspects of swimming. So a cable was erected and the author's back was tied to the cable, which can be raised up and down according to the situation. So the author practiced 5 days a week for 1 hour, and this practice continued for 3 months. And the instructor taught him to breathe while swimming, how to exhale underwater, and how to use legs to propel forward. So all these aspects of learning were taught in sections. And finally, when after a long practice the author learnt all these techniques, then the instructor integrated all these sections in single unit and tried to synchronize all these techniques together. And finally, the author learned to swim. So now the coward boy was converted into a good swimmer, and thus the work of tutor was over. But the author was not satisfied. Still he had certain doubt in his mind whether he had conquered the terror or not. So now he decided to swim the pool all alone without taking any help from other, and very effectively, very smoothly, he swam across the length of the pool. Then again he went to New Hampshire and dived off from the Triggs Island, and he swam for 2 miles. While he was in the middle of the lake, terror seems to regain his mind, but as the author was much confident of his swimming, so soon he neglected the fear and continued his swimming. So this incident again made him more confident. Then he trekked to the hill slopes. He went to up to the Titan, to Concord Meadows, Concord Creek, trails to the Mead Glacier, and then he dived into the warm water lake. And finally, he swam in the warm water lake and declared that now finally he had conquered the fear of water. And this was his victory over his fear. Thus, in the whole lesson, we have seen that how terror has become an important part of the author's life. During his childhood, this terror has deprived him of his pleasure of playing in the water kingdom. When he grew up, again this terror of the water challenged him for swimming, and we have seen how through his hard work, perseverance, he managed to overcome this fear of water. So thus we can say that through hard work, strong willpower, we can defeat our enemies. So, to overcome obstacles, we need to work hard. This is the strong message of the lesson. And this is the end of the video. Take care. Stay at home. Thank you. Goodbye.